go a little bit deeper into the parasympathetic real quick, and I'll give you another really powerful technique here. Here we go. The vagus nerve. Okay, let's talk about the vagus nerve. And the reason we want to talk about this is that it's a primal nerve, comes out of the brain stem, and if you can activate that vagus nerve, you can get into the parasympathetic nervous system very quickly. So this is a really effective way to quickly get into rest and reproduce versus fight or flight, which is where we want to be. But first, what I want to kind of point out, let me see if I can get any closer in on this. If you look at this nerve coming out, first thing it does is it innervates the throat and the vocal cords. Okay, that's going to be really important here in a second. Okay, and then it comes down and it innervates the heart and the lungs. Okay, comes down even further and innervates the digestive system. Okay, it really, this kind of under represents it, but this is one of its main things. They call the gut the second brain. Well, that's because the gut has as many, if not more, neurons than the brain itself. So it's a very advanced kind of brain, and it communicates to the brain in your head primarily through this vagus nerve. Okay, so that's another reason gut health is so important, right? Because of this vagus nerve. And then it doesn't really show it here, but it doesn't explain it here. It shows it, but down here at the lower part, this actually forms a nerve plexus that interfaces with the nerve plexus that supplies nerve sensation to your genitals, and that's both for men and women. So when you activate this nerve, you actually also help activate those genitals, right? So it helps us that way too. All right, so the thing there's all kinds of different ways to activate this vagus nerve. I just want to show you a simple one that you can do, and that is just humming. Humming, once again, it activates this very primal part here with the vocal cords, and the nice conscious deep breathing, like the diamond member I was talking about earlier, who he uses to get into the parasympathetic. It also activates the vagus nerve, just conscious breathing. They're tied together. So I like to add the humming because it combines those two concepts, and it deeply activates the vagus nerve. So in order to do it, it's very simple. Just take a deep breath into your belly, and I recommend breathing through your nose because you get more nitric oxide production that way. And then on the exhale, you're humming. That's the only thing you're doing. Okay, very simple, but very effective at activating this nerve and putting you into the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and reproduce. So I'm going to do one of these breaths. You can do it with me. And even one breath really relaxes me. But imagine doing this for like 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to do it. Let's do a deep breath in from the nose, and I'm going to hum on the exhale. Here we go. There you go. See, I'm already more relaxed just from that one breath. Keep that going, and it gets deeper and deeper. And it might remind you of like an Om meditation. I really like doing Om meditations and that kind of chanting, particularly that has the hum, the sound at the end, like Om, really activates this and puts you into much deeper brainwave states, which is just great for your performance, right? Because part of what's happening with performance anxiety, when you have these nervous thoughts, is you're in a beta brainwave state, okay? And simply by doing things to put you in a deeper brainwave state, like alpha or maybe even theta, if you get deep enough, will calm those thoughts way down, okay? So you don't have those anxious thoughts anymore, okay, when you're in the bedroom. And that's one of the keys, one of the sexual keys. And I'm going to talk about one other thing here real quick that is a huge help, and that is making sounds in the bedroom. I didn't mention, I'm sorry. Breathing through the nose produces nitric oxide, but actually humming itself produces more nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is what gets the blood vessels to open up and gets that great blood flow to the pelvis and the penis that we're looking for. But another thing is just making sounds, right? Pleasure sounds when you're in the bedroom, really letting that out, not holding it in, okay? Because when you hold it in, that's repression, tends to get you in your head. When you let it out, that's expression, which is the opposite of repression. And it tends to get you out of your head and into your body and into the moment, okay? This was a huge one for me. Huge. It's made a huge difference, and it does for a lot of guys I work with. So think about how silent you might be in the bedroom, and that's feeding into your performance anxiety. Okay, really simple, super effective, and it turns her on, right? She wants to know you're enjoying this. When you're silent, she's got to guess, and that's not good for anybody. When it comes to getting throbbing, stage 4, rock hard on command, and lasting as long as you want in the bedroom, both permanently and naturally at any age, the first step is understanding exactly what is going on under the hood of your manhood. Because if a man doesn't understand the basic mechanics of how his manhood works, how can he expect anything he tries to work? He just ends up throwing punches in the dark, and then is frustrated when everything he tries stops working and makes his hardness and lasting power worse over time, conveniently leading him to more and more extreme treatments that further destroy his manhood and his ability to perform in the bedroom. So if this is a priority for you and you would like to finally get off of Big Pharma's hamster wheel, keeping you trapped, broken, and desperate, then you're going to want to set aside about 75 minutes to watch this free training I made just for you that's going to allow you to finally understand the ecosystem behind your manhood and bedroom performance. Like fixing a leaky pipe, you can't just drywall over it or you'll end up with a house full of black mold. You have to fix the source of the leaky pipe if you want permanent results that will last a lifetime. So I put a link in the description to claim a 24-hour access pass to my new masterclass that will take you by the hand and show you exactly what's going on under the hood. So you can finally understand exactly what methodologies, frameworks, and systems that our guys are using right now to conquer their bedroom performance permanently and naturally at any age. So go ahead and click the link in the description and I'll see you inside the masterclass. Xander Holt, signing off.